I'm Paco, and you're watching Bad Witch Books. Hey guys, today we're going to be going over my TBR for July. It is crazy that we are already at the second half of the year and that I'm filming my July TBR. So we are going to be doing something new. I created a Monopoly board, which you guys will see when I do my rolls, or a board game, a TBR game. And it is based off of Monopoly, but it's not fully Monopoly. Like, I do have, very, designed off of Monopoly, and I do have a jail, but instead of jail, it is a book buying ban. So if I land on the get to jail card, or the get to jail square, I have to go to a book buying ban. And the way that it works is going to be a point system. So if I finish a book that's a prompt book, I get 5 points. If that book happens to be an author of, or finish a book that's an author of color, I get 5 points. If it is a book that I already own, I get 3 points. And if I pass the go, I get 2 points. So you guys will see after starting next month, you will see at the beginning, I'll have a whiteboard where my current points are that I totaled at the end of the month will be up. But because we are starting, I have no points currently. Now, my goal is to get to 100 points by the end of the year. I want to have some sort of reward, which I'm still figuring out. But let's get to the rolls. I have 3 books that I want to read that are book club books. And then I did 5 rolls, which is going to be pretty much the system setup. So yeah, we'll get to that right away. TBR game set up. Let's do it. First roll is a 9. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that is a trans author. Okay, I have my... Okay. Now we roll again for our next roll. We have 8. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. An Illumicrate prompt. So that is this one, and it is a book by an author of color. Ooh, that's fun. That's going to be double points. Okay. So we will place that there. Okay, so next. So roll 3 is a 9. One, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that is name that's like a name wheel. Like, I'm gonna put books in a name generator thing, like a spinning wheel thing, and do that. So I will do that. So I gotta do name. Okay, and then lastly, unless we get a double, we get a 5, which is great. Okay. Let me move my pen. I've been writing down the prompts. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that is enemies to lovers. All right. So those are my prompts, and I did not get any points, which you guys will go to the points score next after I pick the books. All right, turn me back, and I completely missed the fact that I did not do a 5th roll. So let's do the 5th roll. We got a 4, so I got to do 5 prompts. So we got the enemies to lovers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and a pink prompt, which I put away. Okay, let me pull this out real quick. Okay. And read a book by a new to you author. Okay, that can be done. We are back. So as we saw, we did the rolls and we have our books. So I'm going to do my book club books first, and then we will get to the books I picked for the prompt. So For my book club, I go to the library for, which I've been a part of for years. I will be reading The Escape Game by Marissa Meyer. cover right here. This is also by another author. I cannot remember her name, but I believe this is a thriller. It is I believe the book takes, it's about a girl is competing in a game where her sister, like a TV reality game where her sister died the year before. She is now a contestant, and people think she's responsible for her sister's death. And that's all I pretty much know. And I'm intrigued to read it. So, on to the other books for book club. I have, for me, Princess and Helen. Princess from Princess Does. We are buddy reading, or I think Princess already read this, so it's low-key cheating. Joking. But, Ashia? Yeah. By, Soraya Bonzolai, I believe. So, it says, I see it as an epic female rage fantasy at the devastatingly romantic story of Morocco's warrior goddess reimagined by a captivating new voice. The Portuguese Empire has planted its flag across Morocco, ruling with an iron fist. Aishi, a freedom fighter's daughter, witnesses the suffering deaths of her people and is awakens anger within her, an anger that burns hot and bright and that speaks to her soul. Only her secret lover and fellow revered, Rashid, can soothe her, but as the fight of Morocco's freedom reaches its violent climax, the creatures that simmer beneath her skin begin to unleash its hunger for the screams of those that have caused her pain, and it will not be ignored. So, very intrigued to read it. I think Princess read this and really enjoyed it. So, I'm excited for me and Helen to read it. Now, for my personal book club, if you're in the Sacramento Elk Grove area and you are looking for a romantasy book club, I run one at A Seat at the Table, and we are going to be reading this month A Terror at the Gates by Scarlett St. Clair. This is the first book in the Blood of Lilith series. So it is estranged from her powerful family. Lilith Leviathan finds refuge in Nivala, a district in the city of Eden devoted to sin. There she uses her magic to steal for a living, attracting the attention of the 5 governing families, as well as the church, which expects women to remain poised and silent. When Lilith comes into possession of a beautiful blade, she thinks all her worries are over until her usual buyer dies while expecting it. Frantic, Lilith runs to the only man who could help her, Zavriel, the head of the Zareth family and the ruler of the city. Her currency is information, and his currency is information, and his power is extortion, though he's always had a soft spot for Lilith. But when the dagger appears, he isn't sure he can protect her from what is to come. Together they embark on a mission to discover the true power running their world. As their lives intertwine, Lilith realizes Zareth is more than just a friend, but their devotion to each other is a threat, and to the truth, to the church, and to those who want to tear it down. So I'm very excited to read it. It's an urban fantasy vibe, and I have not read Scarlett St. Clair before, and I am very interested. So, for one of the prompts I had, now we get to the prompt books, I had a book by author of color, and I believe this was the Illumicrate, so that will be not only 5 points for that, but 5 points because it's an author of color, extra 5 points, so we love that, and 3 because it's a book I already owned, and that is The River and the Sea by Gabriela Romero Elala Cruz. This is the sequel to A Sun and the Star, which is a fantasy romance, got some romance, it's a fantasy. This is end of a duology, and it's got gods and stuff like that, so inspired by South America folklore, and that's all I can say because it's a sequel. So the next was a name generator, which you guys did see the name generator pop up before this, and I will be reading The Witch and His Crow by Ben Alderson. Here's the description. My name is Hector Breyer, and I've lived for revenge. It's been 18 years since witch hunters murdered my parents, and still the night haunts me. As part of me died that night when 6-year-old me was forced to listen to their brutal murder. Since then, I've gone from prey to predator. I spent my nights stalking Oxford streets for those who would see me slaughtered for being what I am, a witch, and the more than that, the son of the last grand high. I've spent the last years hidden in the shadows, not only from witch hunters, but also my own kind, but one fateful night leads me directly in the hands of the people I've been evading my entire life, the Coven. Once the witch hunters want to destroy me, the Coven wants me for a darker fate, for my blood is the key to starting the witch trials, a contest to find the next grand high, a contest for which is battle to death or madness. Thrown into the middle of the very contest my mother died trying to prevent, I must make allies with my enemies if I wish to survive the first night. Not so bad when my ally so happens to be an attractive blue-eyed 6-foot something tattooed from neck to navel bloodthirsty rival Arwen Morgan. But I soon discover that it is not all it seems. There are dark forces lingering in the shadows, and the truth is hard to pull. The witch hunters seek a champion of their own. Enemies and allies lose all meaning when a wolf invades the flock. Starting the betrayal quickly becomes the least of my worries when ancient forces reveal their true nature. Something dark stirs within me, waiting for its unalienable freedom. I am the key to keeping it locked away or facing it. This is the first book in a duology. I've had this for a minute, and I'm very wanting to read it. So next is a book by an author I have not read, and I believe, and I might switch this out, but for right now, I have The Poet Empress by Shen Tao. Author I've never read before, very intrigued to read. Heard nothing but great things about this. In the waning years of the Azalea dynasty, the emperor is dying in the land consumed by famine, and poetry magic is lost to all but the except the powerful. When Yin is desperate after the fifth death of a sibling, with her family and village on the brink of starvation. She will do anything to save those she loves, even offer herself as a concubine to the cruel, dissolute heir of blood-gutted Azalea House. But in a twist of fate, the inner court stands on a nice edge of a civil war. We, now at the center, at the prince's chosen. To survive, we must harden her heart, rely on her wit, and become a dangerous herself, even if it means learning the art of poetry, magic, and secret. In a world where women are forbidden to read, willing the most powerful spell at all, a ballad of death and love. So I've heard nothing but really great things about this, and this is an author I've not read before, and it's by a BIPOC author, so I'll be getting more points. Next was to read the next prompt is read a book by a trans author, and I'm choosing Lord of Ruin by K.M. Enright. This is the sequel to, I forgot what the sequel it is. Mistress of Lies, which I really enjoyed. Mistress of Lies, vampire-inspired fantasy. It is really good, queer, and I can't get too much into it because this is a sequel, but it's got like a throuple at the heart of it, and I am very intrigued to finish this series. This is book 2. I think it's the trilogy. It is the Age of Blood series. And then the last book I had the prompt was to read a book that is Enemies to Lovers, and I'm going to try again to get to the irresistible urge to fall for your enemy. I tried to get to this I think in April or May, and I liked what I read. I only got like a chapter in, but I just had to stop because you guys were very low reading months, which is why you guys have not seen reading wrap-ups from those 2 months, because I read like 5 books in both months, like altogether 5 books. But let me read the description of this. A slow-burn enemies to lover romantasy featuring a scholarly healer and a gentleman assassin set in an extradital fantasy world. Osric Mondrick, member of the Phelan Order of Assassins, in dire need of healing. Naturally, such grim of fate, only the healer who can help him is Irene Ferrum, a pre-amatic scientist, bastard of mortals, and a good and a member of the enemy order. She is desperate for funding to heal the sick, so desperately when he bribes her to help him, she accepts, and I am very intrigued to read this. Like I said, I started it and I was enjoying it, but I had to put it down, so when I actually dig my teeth into it. So that is what I'm reading for July. What are you guys reading? What is your plans? I am starting to get back more into reading, which I hadn't been doing the last couple months, and you guys are going to start seeing more videos from me. I kind of took a little break in June, which I just needed mentally, but I am back and ready to have fun. I'll see you guys later. Bye.